about Kanye, please don't ever. If you want to tell Kanye something, I think you just got to have a phone call, because one thing about him, he will screenshot a message and post it online. Okay? Hi, you guys. Welcome to a new episode of Unreserved con Shay. If you're new, welcome or bienvenido. My name is Shayla, and this is Unreserved con Shay. First, I want to thank you guys so much for the support on my latest Unreserved con Shay episode, where I I respond to comedian Ari Spears' bad tasting joke on a podcast he made about Lizzo. Thank you so much for the support on that. Today, we are going to be talking about the top news, well, not really news, the top entertainment / news stories of the week. Keep in mind, these are for me, my top. The thing about creating these videos is it's kind of hard, because the only way to make it like relevant is if I record, edit, film everything in one day. And that's hard because I have a full-time job and I have other things to do. But anywho, that's what we're going to do today. And yeah, if you are interested in what I thought were the top headlines of the week, stay tuned. So the first thing we have to talk about is a statistic that came out about Black Chyna and her earnings on OnlyFans. Okay. So this had me a little like, because according to Statistica, it says in 2021, American model and television personality Black Chyna was the top earning creator on OnlyFans, with an estimated of $20 million in earnings in the platform per month. So that she made last year 20 million with an M per month. And when I read that, I was like, first of all, she making bank, okay? To anyone that hates on her or, is like, oh, I could never do that. I'm that type of person. I'm like, oh my God, girl. I literally, like, even knowing how much money people make, I just can never, I can't get myself to be an OnlyFans creator. But if I could, like, if I really didn't care, wow, these people are making money. Cardi B was the second runner up with an estimated of $11 million per month. Shout out to Cardi. But the thing that was not adding up to me is, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in March, Black Chyna was also in the headlines because she said that she had to sell 3 of her cars because she didn't have money and she needed to take care of her kids. So it's like, so if you're making $20 million per month on OnlyFans, you telling me that's not enough to take care of your kids? And I remember at the time, Tyga and Rob clapped back because they were like, well, the kids are with us half of the week and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just here like, I get it. The more money you make, the more bills you have. But it's also like, sis, if you're making $20 million a month, we're not talking a year, okay? I don't think I've ever in my life, I know I've never in my life even made 6 figures, okay? A year, and you're making $20 million a month, and you telling me that you can't afford to keep your 3 cars. I think the math is not mathing. It's either she's trying to act broke because she don't want people to know she got money, or maybe she owe people money. I don't know. I'm not trying to start any like conspiracy theories out here, but it's like if you're making 20 million, oh no, not me hitting the mic. Anyways, but my thing is, if you're making 20 million a month, I think you should be able to support 2 kids, because there are people out here that are making $15 an hour and are able to raise kids. Okay. Shout out to her. She making her money. The math is still not mathing. Like I said, if you're making that amount, you should be able to take care of your kids with no child support. Okay. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying, like, of course the men should be giving child support, because at the end of the day, Chyna didn't make these kids by herself. But I'm just saying, you should be able to afford these 3 cars. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the 2 white boys from the show Power getting into it. Okay, so according to reports, this isn't the first time that or this isn't new drama, right? It just was brought to the light now. So Joseph Sakura, who plays, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Joseph plays the role of Tommy Egan on Power, and Gianni Paolo plays the role of Brayden, which is Tariq's best friend. If you don't know Power, then just skip this part of the video because it's not going to make sense to you. So essentially, 50 Cent was on stage in Houston performing the Power theme song, and as he was singing, you know, the actors from Power were getting on stage, you know, just hyping up. I'm going to show the video here, and you can see the moment where Michael, who plays the role of Tariq, goes up to Joseph to say hi to him, you know, like, hey, what's up, da da da, and you know, he hugs him, he says hi to him, whatever. And then when Gianni goes up to Joseph, he literally dubs him. Okay? And then at the end, I think Gianni just like tapped his shoulder or whatever, like, you know, like after getting dubbed. So then that took in, you know, social media, that video got out and social media said, what is this? Not the white boys from Power. So it turns out that this isn't anything new. They've been, or according to Gianni says that Joseph has been acting like this from the beginning and that he has tried to, you know, just like let it go or amend things, but it hasn't worked. And then the funny thing is that Joseph is 46 years old. Gianni is 26 years old, which I thought he was younger than that, to be honest, but this grown man is literally like he's acting like high school drama type stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you don't want to talk to somebody, you're trying to be like petty about situations. It's like, you are 46 years old. Why are you throwing shade at a 20-year-old? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, after the video got out, Joseph wrote, I think he posted on Instagram or whatever, like, oh no, everything is fine. Like when we got to the hotel, we settled things. Lie, because Gianni went on either TikTok or Instagram and he said that is not true. That never happened. And 50 Cent, y'all know how 50 Cent is on social media. He was not trying to, instead of like helping the situation, he was literally instigating. I'll insert here the what he posted on Instagram. He was essentially just instigating the situation, not helping. And still to this day, well, not to this day, but like Joseph clapped back, Gianni clapped back, and all. It was like a whole lot of back and forth. And at the end of the day, Joseph, I mean, at least to, well, today is September 3rd. As of today, the last thing was Joseph posting this on Instagram, essentially saying like, did you ever wonder how you even got this job? And I'm just like, sir, why are you being so petty? Like, if it's true what Gianni is saying, that he literally from the beginning didn't like him, it's like, what are you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are both, I'm not going to say well known, but you know, you guys both have a career. You guys have your separate shows. You're doing good. Why make this a thing? If you're a fan of Power like me, when I saw the little back and forths, I was like, no way. But anyways, I hope that they figure it out. I hope that Joseph settles things with Gianni, because come on, we are way too grown for this he says she's thing. And also I'm like, what if it's a lie? What if they're literally just doing all of this for social media to get like interaction and get people talking and for people to watch the show? I don't be trusting people, because listen, I be on YouTube all the time and I be seeing all the fake drama that people be making up, the fake relationships that people do to get views. But then I'm also like, Power doesn't need, or that franchise doesn't really need the fake drama, because they already are relevant. I haven't watched all the other spinoffs because I'm not about to get every subscription service out there. But I'm pretty sure that they have the views that they need and they don't need to create this fake drama. But also, I'm not taking that out of the equation. We wish Joseph and Gianni the best of luck. So next, we're going to talk about Meghan Markle. If you didn't know, Meghan Markle has a podcast called Archetypes, and it's on Spotify. I don't have Spotify. I am an Apple Music girl, but you can still listen to the podcast. You just download the Spotify app, create an account, and you can listen to it for free, which is great. So on her latest episode, as of September 3rd, she interviewed Mariah Carey. And essentially the whole basis of this podcast episode was her kind of breaking down the word diva and how the word's meaning has changed throughout the years. And even when you Google the word diva, the first definition that comes up is a famous female opera singer. Then it says a famous female singer of popular music. And then it also says a self-important person who is temperamental and difficult to please, typically used of a woman. So Mariah Carey is the perfect person to interview for this because her mom, she says this in the podcast, her mom was an opera singer, and she's a popular music artist. And also people sometimes define Mariah as a diva because of the way she dresses and just her persona, in a sense. So that's what that episode was about. But what really had me kind of like, interesting, is this clip, which I will play for you.
Great. When I'd read this article about Halle Berry, and they were asking her how she felt being treated as a mixed race woman in the world. And her response was her saying, well, your experience through the world is how people view you. So she said because she was darker in color, she was being treated as a black woman, not as a mixed woman.
Right.
And I think for us, it's so different because we're light skinned. You're not treated as a black woman. You're not treated as a white woman. You sort of fit in between. I mean, if there's any time in my life that it's been more focused on my race, it's only once I started dating my husband. Then I started to understand what it was like to be treated like a black woman, because up until then I had been treated like a mixed woman. And things really shifted.
But that's an interesting thing, a mixed woman, because I always thought it should be okay to say I'm mixed. Like, it should be okay to say that, but people want you to choose.
Yes.
The only thing I want to say about this is that it's crazy to me that, first of all, shout out to her for being honest and acknowledging her privilege, the fact that when she is here, she grew up here, and she understands that she had some sort of privilege because she is light-skinned, and the other people in her culture that are darker skinned are not being treated the same. So good for her for acknowledging that. But it's crazy how she said that it wasn't until she started dating Harry that she started to understand what it was like to be treated like a black woman. And this whole thing about like being treated as mixed race and why do I have to pick a side? I don't think you have to pick a side. It's just, if there's, my one thing about that is like, don't pick and choose when you want to claim that you're black and when you want to claim your white side. If you are black and you claim that, claim your blackness all the time, right? Like, not just when it's convenient, not just when you are in certain clubs or when you want to go out or when you want to dress a certain way or put on a certain hairstyle. Don't say, oh, well, I'm black, so I can do it. But then when you're in circumstances that aren't the best, you're like, oh, but I'm white. Not saying that Meghan or Mariah do these types of things, because I don't know, I don't really follow them like that. But I'm like, let's see, how old is Meghan? Meghan Markle. Let's see. So she is 41 years old, and she's saying that it was probably like in her late 30s that she was able to experience what it was like to live as a black woman. Not live as a black woman, or at least be treated as a black woman, and it wasn't a good experience, clearly. So she moved back to the US. Anyways, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Kanye West. I'm not even going to read through every single screenshot, but so quick disclaimer before I continue. Before I recorded this, Kanye had not gone on his rant about Adidas. If you know, he's now going off on Adidas, which isn't new. He's always talked about how they have stole his ideas, his sneakers, etc. He's going off on the Daniel Cherry, who is the SVP general manager of Adidas. He's asking people like, what should we call him? He like made this little thing about like, damn, Daniel. It's just Kanye being Kanye. He did say that Church Girl was his favorite song from Beyonce's Renaissance album, and he said that the song Essence by Wizkid featuring Temps should be the song of the year or something like that. But anyways, let's continue. That's my phone. He popped back up on Instagram, and you know when Kanye goes on Instagram, he's about to go off on somebody, go off on a rant, talk ish about somebody. So he first started off with a screenshot of a text message between him and somebody, and that somebody was telling him that they need to free Young Thug, right? It said, quote, "We gotta get Thug out of jail." And then Kanye replies with saying that he sent the message to Kim, because you guys know Kim is the lawyer plug now, and she be getting people out. Okay, so that's how he made his return on Instagram. He also shared another text message. One thing about Kanye, please don't ever, if you want to tell Kanye something, I think you just got to have a phone call, because one thing about him, he will screenshot a message and post it online. Okay? No, nothing you share with him is private. He will post it, and that's that on that. So if you want to have a conversation with Kanye, be like, call me. And even then, he might be recording your call. Okay? So the other text message thread that he shared with us was from Kim Kardashian. And the message was on behalf of her mom, Kris, momager. Okay? And she's essentially saying, like, tell Kanye to stop talking about me. I'm 67 years old. Like, she not feeling too well. Okay, and him talking about her stresses her out, and he posted that. Then he also was on a rant talking about how I should have a say on, I'm sorry for all the background noise, okay? But he also is going on a rant saying that he wants to have a say of where his kids go to school. I don't know who, and he literally put on blast the school that their kids are actually actively going to, or they're gonna go to. I don't know, but he's saying that he wants his kids to go to Donda and whatever the third. You guys know his opinion on certain things is like, he feels that North is being exposed too much, that she shouldn't be on TikTok, that she shouldn't be posting photos of her or any of their kids. He just wants to really like preserve them. I don't know. It's very iffy. He also posted some stuff about Gap and all the companies that he's worked for, and just Kanye doing Kanye things. Okay, when he posts, is like, I check for them, but I just genuinely think that I don't even know what I think. I think that he knows what he's talking about, but I just feel like sometimes he does a little bit too much with sharing all these personal text messages. I think he shouldn't do that. And also, it's like, just don't share these personal messages, Kanye, please, respectfully. Don't share those messages. And also, if you feel any type of way about your kids, of course, I think you should have a right to do and have a say on where your kids go to school. I'm not denying that, but I just think there's certain ways to go about things. And now that Kim and Pete aren't together, he probably feels like he got another chance to get back with Kim. Lord knows. But that's that with Kanye. He checked up with us on Instagram this week. Now let's move on to some music headlines. So I am a fan of Kendrick Lamar. I'm all about music that has good lyrics, okay? A lot of this music and this hip hop that we have coming out right now is all about drugs and drinking and stuff that I'm not really into, okay? Don't get me wrong, you know, listening to it here and there is like cute and fun, whatever. But like every day listening to that type of music is not it. I feel like Kendrick Lamar has great lyrics and it's like real life stuff, okay? So this week he released the visuals for his song We Cried Together. First of all, I'm gonna be the first to say it. Super toxic song, but I feel like it's just so real. I know so many couples that literally have these very toxic arguments back and forth. It's not a kid-friendly song or video, but if you are a fan of Kendrick Lamar, you definitely need to watch it. I'll put the link down below. It's super realistic. The house or the apartment that they did it, what they were wearing. The girl that is in the video did such a good job. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. Like I said, not kid friendly whatsoever. They are cursing to the left and right. If you've heard the song We Cry Together, it's not really like a song. It's really a conversation. But A1, love it. Next, we're going to talk about Romeo Santos. He dropped his Formula Volume 3 album September 1st. And first thing I'm going to say is not his best album, but he does have amazing songs in it. He has a song with Justin Timberlake. It's okay. But he also has a song with Christian Nodal. And if you know Christian Nodal, I think he has amazing love songs. So it's like Mexico and DR come together and create an amazing love song. We love that. Who else he has? He has a lot of good features on the album. My top 5 songs are Me Extraño, Siri, Ayúdame, La Última Vez, and Boomerang. His last song has mentions Tokisha and Anuel and also a Texas school shooting. So the last song on the album is kind of cool because I feel like it has some sort of meaning to it, and he talks about the fact, I think it's like a reality, how sometimes you question God and how things happen, like these people get away with the stuff that they do and now the family is suffering, like can you ever really get justice? So very powerful song. Has a few great songs, but not his best album, but you should still listen to it and make a decision for yourself. Next, we're going to move on to the craziest news headline. Not the craziest, because Trump always would win that, but the second craziest. So it is actually the next day. Well, you won't know this, but I had to go catch the bus for work, so I couldn't finish my roundup, but the vice president of Argentina survived an assassination attempt, and it was all caught on camera. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you guys. So, trigger warning: you will see the gun, and it's wild. So here it is. Vice President Cristina Fernandez was caught on video when this man attempted to kill her while she was surrounded by a large crowd of supporters outside of her home in Buenos Aires. She was, as you can see in the video, she was like trying to say hi to people or whatever. And this guy pulled the gun, and you see it was literally on her forehead. He pulled the trigger, and thankfully the shot didn't come out. The bullet didn't come out, but that's crazy. Oh my God. So shout out to her because she made it out alive. Obviously, the person who had the gun is now in custody, and the gun was loaded with 5 bullets, according to the president, after they had like a press conference, and he said what he said. He said the gun was loaded with 5 bullets. So I don't know God was with her that day, okay? Because the bullets just so happened to not come out, which is crazy. She has already been under like some turmoil because she is currently on trial on corruption charges, which she denies. And also the country, Argentina, is dealing with high inflation. So the political rhetoric right now in Argentina is high, but still, the fact that the vice president would have been caught on camera getting assassinated is wild to me. So that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at Shayla B. That's SHEYLAB_. And comment down below what was your top news or entertainment story of the week. I'm sorry that I couldn't show my face for the last half of it, but listen, I'm trying to get ready for work. It's the next day, and we need to get the content up. So, bye, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.